Hey everybody, I am back with the review of the fourth season of Food Wars. We're nearly done. Just got one more season left to go before I can start on reviewing many shows of Batman, which is something I've been wanting to do for a while. But I want to just as I go through all of those, I can give myself a well-deserved break from reviewing anime for a while. But before we continue, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, smash that like button, follow me in the links in the description below if you enjoyed my content. And yeah, so we're gonna go right into it. We just carry on from how it ended from season 3. We're in the regimental food war at this point with the rebels versus the Council of 10. And so we're nearly getting the lead with the rebels. Now it's down to the next, you know, round is down to Koga, Magishima, and Mimasaka against uh, uh, Tsukasa, Rindo, and Saito. And so uh, Koga is, obviously got like a rivalry against the number one seat. So his dish he went up against, the theme ingredient for Tsukasa and Koga was green tea. So, why I keep doing that? So what Koga provided was green tea Kuruzubuta. By using green tea leaves to smoke a pork shoulder combined with a black vinegar sauce, which is made by using black vinegar, sugar, crushed green tea leaves, smoked soy sauce, and a French sauce called sauce au vinaigre balsamique, balsamic, which gives look similar to sweet and sour pork. When the diner eats this, it's the sauce highlights the quality of the ingredients combined with the green tea would flood your vision with fresh verdure. The recipe includes green tea pork, which is smoked pork shoulder roast, green tea leaves, potato starch, frying oil, black vinegar sauce, which encompasses black vinegar, sugar, crushed green tea leaves, smoked soy sauce, a sauce of vinaigrette balsamic, vinegar, glace de vinaigre, vinde, fondue. And the garnish is whole green tea leaves and shredded parsnips. But of course, he lost against the number one seat. Uh, of course, because you know, uh, no way. Like he got to go against Soma, obviously. Uh, uh, da, da, da. So what uh, Ishii prepared was puree soup from 4 green teas. By using 4 different types of green tea, which are Gyokuro, Fukamushi Sencha, uh, Ginmacha, and Sencha, and each of them are boiled in individual temperatures, cooked in separate ways with different ingredients, turned into purees, combined into one singular dish in the end. And with Ishii's care of ingredients, he brings out the true essence and flavors of the green tea. The recipe includes quenelles, green tea purees, gyokuro and sauteed artichokes, butter, fukamushi sencha and sauteed white asparagus, butter, jimacha and boiled chickpeas, water, sencha and porcini mushrooms, seasonings, butter, salt, pepper, carpaccio soup, mushrooms, vegetable stock. Here's some real facts for you. A puree or mash is cooked food, usually vegetables or legumes, that has been ground, pressed, blended, or saved to the consistency of a creamy paste or liquid. Purees of specific foods are often known by specific names, e.g., applesauce or hummus. The term is of a French origin, which is meant in Old French 13th century purified or refined. Green tea is a type of tea that is made from Camellia sinensis leaves that have not undergone the same withering oxidation process used to make oolong teas and black teas. Green tea originated in China, but its production and manufacture has spread to many other countries in Asia. Uh, Here's another fact. Fukamushi translates to deep steamed. So, of course, the number one seed, Ishii, defeats Kuga. Despite Kuga's, attempt to beat Ishii, you get like a little flashback on how, just like Soma, Koga sees himself like, want to dominate the number one seat and, with his skills as a cook. But he often fails to get over that hurdle or that hilltop where Ishii is. Uh, um, Now we got Magishima. Now I was confused on in the last season, like who is this guy with the hat on, like the winter hat situation on, and it turns out like he was also one of the seat of the 10 originally, but one of the few who, like Erina and Ishiki, denounce the doesn't want to follow the guidelines of Erina's father and his dogmatic policies. So we see Soma recruit him by challenge him to a personal food war, trying to outdo him in terms of making like particular soup or ramen, I think. And someone couldn't beat this guy. It's one of those rare moments where someone actually constantly fails to outpace this guy. But Magishima is so impressed by Soma's resolve, where he agrees to help him out. So uh, he went up against Ringdo with the uh, dish type being ramen. So he prepared African ramen. It's Tsuke used peanuts to allow him. Uh, Magishima used peanuts to allow him to enhance the flavor of the chili peppers in the mumba, the mumba. I was gonna say mumba chicken soup. It is also accompanied by a small bowl of harissa that contains chili peppers, paprika, caraway seeds, lemon juice, and garlic. A Japanese dish combined with the flavors of African cuisine that went toe to toe with Ringdo alligator meat dish. So, uh, the recipe is mumba chicken soup, chicken bone stock, chicken bones, garlic, red peppers, onions, tomatoes, chicken drumlets, peanut butter, chasu topping, which includes chasu, rolled pork shoulder roast, chasu glaze, garlic, soy sauce, sugar, wine, peanuts. Wide style ramen noodles. For the sides, harissa, chili peppers, paprika, caraway seeds, lemon juice, garlic. Chasu is is a popular way to flavor and prepare barbecue pork in Cantonese cuisine. It is classified as a type of sumai, Cantonese roast meat. So we get to check out Rindo's alligator meat dish, Lazi Kaiman, Szechuan style alligator meat dish. And this woman knows how to like just cut up a freaking alligator. They can get kind of not gory, but they don't hesitate to like show like, hey, they chopping off, chopping up, like not just fish, but like turtles, alligators. Like they like full on like just kill an animal right in front of you. Sometimes people don't want to know how their food is made, how the sausage is made, so to speak. So Rindo used alligator meat to allow her to create an interesting dish in appearance. This dish uses freshly butchered alligator that was cut into rough chunks and seasoned with salt and pepper. Also, the chili peppers were fried in the oil used to cook the alligator meat. Finally, Rindo applied the Lazi recipe from Szechuan cuisine to the alligator meat to create a spicy Szechuan-style dish that made full use of chili peppers. The dish is good enough to beat Magishima's African ramen. Spoiler alert. We got alligator meat, salt, pepper, chili pepper, potato starch, frying oil, chili peppers, scallions. Real facts: alligator meat is the meat from alligators that is for consumption. It has been used both historically and in contemporary times in various cuisines of the southern United States. Alligator eggs are also for consumption. Alligator meat has been described as a healthy meat source for humans due to its high protein and low fat consumption. It has been described as being mild flavored and firm in texture. In the United States, it can only be legally sourced from alligator farms and is available for consumer purchase in specialty food stores, some grocery stores, and also can be mailed order. Some U.S. companies process market alligator meat derived only from the tail of alligators. Fun fact: I actually tried alligator meat at a Cajun restaurant, in Illinois, a handful of years ago, and it's actually not bad. Ironically, it does kind of taste like chicken in a way. I don't know what I expected, but I expect reptilian meat to be tasting something quite different from chicken meat. Uh, then you got Mimasaka going against Saito. The theme is sushi, which going up against somebody like Saito is like kind of crazy because he specializes in all things sushi. We get a little bit of backstory, which is fun. We get a little bit more backstory with the seat at the 10 and how they became who they became. And they're not all, like terrible people. Uh, they just, you know, were easily convinced by uh, uh, Mr. Nakari on how, like, only we should only be preparing the most refined dishes and not deviate or experiment. And only people should eat the finest quality of foods, and there's no room for error kind of situation. And so this guy is so into like the Bushido way and very rigid, type of uh, learning or the way of seeing things. And that's how like Nakari got his hooks into this guy, because a little kid, he saw his mom, who also was a cook and wanted to learn a particular style at a particular restaurant, but uh, they didn't take her seriously. She uh, uh, she fell ill, and so seeking revenge, he outcooked all those guys, and that's where he eventually go to Telsuke. So now he's going up against Miwasaka using his perfect trace and copy ability. So Miwasaka prepared 10 pieces of tuna ruby orb sushi with gunkan maki, which is the same thing uh, as Saito will be preparing. Uh, Mimasaka copied, the guy's techniques, making a 10-piece miniature sushi set with his own personal arrangement, making a gunkan maki in the final piece. So it's sushi, bluefin tuna, marinated lean meat, soy sauce, mirin, red wine, kombu, pan grilled cheek meat, butter, straw roasted tuna crown, medium grade fatty tuna, nigiri reduction, soy sauce, mirin, sake, collarbone fatty tuna, minced bluefin tuna sinew, sushi rice, short grain rice, akazu vinegar, sake lees, gunkan maki, sushi rice, short grain rice, smoked soy sauce, nori, nigitoru, nakachi tuna scraps, quail egg yolk, smoked soy sauce. You got quail egg yolk, scallion, meringue, seaweed, dipping sauce, soy sauce. But Saito still managed to beat Mimasaka because that last little piece of sushi that he did like a different style to it. that made all the difference. It's literally like, uh, like a slight edges out, just like a the devil in the details kind of situation. Uh, uh, what was the difference? Brushing the medium gray fatty tuna over the nigiri makes the umami flavor bursting out, which then combines with another kind of umami from the marinated lean tuna. The fat meat from around the collarbone is balanced with refreshing vinaigrette rice. The dish overall perfectly draws out and capitalizes on the deliciousness of each type of tuna. What's more, the special vinegar used in the rice results in more mellow richness, maintaining a soft, fluffy finish. Also, thanks to the scoring method, the moment a person bites into a piece, the tuna topping will melt and mix with the sushi rice, resulting in an overflowing sensation of delicious tuna flavor. So, he barely, managed to beat Miyosaka with the whole copy thing, where he could not copy everything perfectly for that little piece of tuna. So this is like, things swung back into the uh, Nakari's uh, and the council's way. The pendulum swung the other way now. Now, uh, Erina is not too worried because they're prepared for this. They needed these three to go up against uh, uh, Ishii, uh, Saito, and Rindu, because they were like there would have been, they are the toughest opponents. So they essentially use Koga and the other two as like essentially cannon fodder, but it was like a very smartly played on Erina's part. Like, we cannot use our best against these guys. We need to be able to like uh essentially tire them out and like steady climb up. It's like playing chess essentially. You lose one piece in order to maneuver into like a better spot to ultimately win. So uh now Ishii and Rindo specifically are were put through their paces despite their win. They now are like resting for almost the entire day to rest up because they really like put their all into winning that round. Because Koga and the others weren't no slouches, considering that two of them were on the seat of 10 especially. Uh, so now, uh, someone's going up against Saito with the theme Butter. Takumi up against Aizen with the theme being Beef. And Megami going up against Momo with Apples. Now, this is very cool because if I was a cook, my specialty would be like desserts. I will always love the idea of like just making like sweets and desserts. They seem a lot more fun in a way. So Momo's very obsessed with things cute, but that's how she looks down on you by calling you cute. But she doesn't if she respects you. So uh so we learn that Megami gets help from the guy who darn near expelled her, but sees her as like, okay, you actually got something, some potential. So I'm gonna put you through your paces. You see like a little short flashback of her training with him, and like with someone not pulling any punches on, teaching her, and it's very like Gordon Ramsay. It's like yes, chef, I can do this, and so it's like man, it's like it's like Rocky, or no, I say Rocky. I was like uh, Apollo Creed's son being trained by Drago in order to beat a bigger foe. It's like something like that. It's like learning from your previous enemy in order to be able to overcome like a bigger threat. Kind of, it's so cool. Uh, this is probably like my favorite part of the season. Just like seeing like Megami, at least my favorite Megami type of episode, where you just see her like learning from a guy who darn near expelled her in order to beat this other dude, beat this other girl, I should say. Uh, so what Megami prepared against Momo is the durayaki. It was almost like a pancake type of thing. Uh, uh, is grilled castella pancake, egg, wasamban sugar, which is refined Japanese sugar, honey, mirin, wheat flour, grated tofu, apple butter, uh, beurre monte, which is emulsified butter, cold butter, water, grated apple, lemon juice, lemon, sugar, the filling, white bean paste, white kidney beans, cube cut apple, apple confiture, which is a type of French jam, apple boiled pectin, water, sugar, finely diced ginger, and water. Garnish and tea. Uh, Fun fact: dorayaki is called door cakes. It's a type of Japanese confection, a red bean pancake which consists of two small pancake-like patties made from castella wrapped around a filling of sweet azuki red bean paste. Dorayaki are similar to ima- imagawaki, yeah, imagawaki, but the latter are cooked with the batter completely surrounding the bean paste filling and are often served hot. Uh, the original dorayaki consisted of only one layer. Its current shape was invented in 1914 by Usagaya in the Ino district of Tokyo. In, in Japanese, dura means gong, and because of the similarity of the shapes, this is probably the origin of the name of the sweet. Legend has it that the first dorayaki were made when a samurai named Benkai forgot his gong upon leaving a farmer's home where he was hiding, and the farmer subsequently used the gong to fry the pancakes, thus the name dorayaki, because gong means door. And so Momo prepared uh, a Japanese roll cake castle. And it's like a giant, like, almost like a freaking dollhouse type of castle with just all of it being sweets. I can't imagine anybody preparing something like this. It would have been more than 3 hours worth of time to prepare this. It's being so massive. Uh, a series of sponge roll cakes made with muscovado sugar and multiple food colorings made of strawberry puree, matcha powder, cocoa powder, and black sesame paste. The garnishes include imazaku, which is a type of pulled candy, and two types of berries, which are strawberries and blueberries. With all these flavors combined, it's like an unavoidable barrage of cuteness. Momo was able to produce patterns on each roll and assemble them into a giant castle within a time limit, which not only demonstrates cute aesthetics, but also an extreme speed and dexterity. Which, kudos to her. That is, that's a feat in of itself. So the recipe is muscovado sheet cake, sponge cake batter, eggs, muscovado sugar, various food colorings, strawberry puree, which is just strawberry, consisting, uh, matcha powder, green tea leaves, cocoa powder, black sesame paste, soy sauce cream, whipped cream, cane sugar, vanilla extract, soy sauce, garnish, amazaku ame, berries, strawberry, and blueberries. Uh, uh, Fun fact: Amazaku is a Japanese candy craft artistry. An artist takes multicolored taffy and, using their hands and other tools, such as tweezers and scissors, creates a sculpture. Amazaku artists also paint their sculpted candy with edible dyes to give the finished work more character. Animals and insects are common Amazaku shapes created to appeal to children. Intricate animal characters are created with expert speed. Some Amazaku artists are also street performers who perform magic tricks and tell stories along with their candy crafted entertainment. And so Momo actually beat uh, Megami, but despite everything, uh, Erina has Momo try Megami's food, and she's just like, "Whoa, she could have actually beat me. This is actually not, you know, this is actually not terrible. This is like, you know, just by a few little touches, she could have easily beat me." Uh, uh, and Momo actually acknowledges Megami's skill. Uh, so now we got Takumi going up against Aizen. Okay. So, Aldini prepared a Doppio Messaluna pizza. Let me check some. I'll make sure I got that right. So it's like a half and half here. Uh, uh, like a half moon, the pizza is comprised of two halves. One side is composed of rich Sogrini beef and the ginger that was cut needle thin to round the flavors together. The other side is a magical quattro formaggio, which is seasoned with black pepper that is meant to be eaten afterwards. Though it could stand alone as a standard Italian secondo piatto, but taking advantage of Etsuya's roast beef of temptation, uh, is a magical terrazzo piatto. So the recipe is pizza dough, uh, pizza based sauce, yuzu, juice, zest, white miso paste, sugar, mirin. The right side is beef shirgrini, thin cut beef, sesame oil, water, soy sauce, sugar, needle thin ginger, water, white parts scallions, mozzarella. Left side quattro formaggi, mozzarella, parmigiano, reggiano, parmesan, gorgonzola, rosetta, black pepper. And it went up against uh, Eisen's dish. Uh, Eisen prepared a roast beef of temptation. Uh, is a roast beef made with heat pre-meated into the permeated or pre-meated permeated. Yeah, it's permeated. I can't read. Into the meat's very core that the cross section is a brilliant shade of pink. This dish is accompanied with a cream sauce made with horseradish, fresh cream, yogurt, and a heavy amount of artichoke hearts, which contain uh, cynurin, and causes the next dish to become as sweet as cake in order to sabotage his opponent's dish. In other words, the taste of this dish is like an inescapable illusion. So the recipe is roast beef, cream sauce, horseradish, fresh cream, yogurt, anchovies, artichoke hearts, lemon juice, olive oil, poached egg. But he ended up losing to uh, Takumi, up against his dish. So now it's Soma versus Saito. Uh, which is butter. The theme ingredient being butter. Sorry, it's gonna make sure I got. Cause he cooked so many things. I'm trying to make sure like I got the. Okay, Saito prepared a jewel buttered seafood bowl, and this Japanese and French dish consists of short grain rice that is flavored with orange and lemon juice, using a salmon steak which is covered with marinara sauce, or I don't think that's marinara, but Meuniere sauce. He skillfully slow roasts it with butter and wheat flour. He also sauteed squid liver and innards along with butter, garlic, soy sauce, and marinara sauce. The salmon roe was pickled in soy sauce, pomegranate seeds, and tambori seeds, all served in a large bowl. The recipe: slow roasted salmon maniri, slow roasted salmon steak, butter, wheat flour, maniri sauce, brown butter, chopped parsley, lemon juice, lightly buttered uh, squid liver saute innards, butter, garlic, multiple sauces, soy sauce, maniri sauce, brown butter, chopped parsley, lemon juice, soy sauce, pickled salmon roll, soy sauce, uh, pomegranate seeds, tambori seeds, flavored sushi rice, short grain rice, citrus juices, orange juice, lemon juice. Um, Pretty sure I figure out which one. Okay. Um, this one's the butter flavor one. Okay, here we go. Yukihira style fragment butter pay leaf uh, in azushi. Probably butcher that. Uh, by steaming the aubergine using dashi and seasoning, just the mere sight of this dish will assault you with deep hunger. Soma used multiple cuisines and cooking techniques that he learned from his time at Tasuki Culinary Academy, from Takami's special cheese to Yuki's special chicken stock, allowed him to battle against and defeat Saito's jewel butter seafood bowl. Uh, Oven baked in azushi, in inari zushi, pilaf, uncooked rice fried plump shrimp, fried 1 centimeter cube chicken, fried diced onions, buttered seasonings, salt and black pepper, uh, strained Yoshino secret umami loaded supreme chicken stock, fried 1 centimeter cube chicken, apple butter, Bure Monte cold butter, water, grated apple, lemon juice, lemon, sugar, steam aberage, dashi stock, kombu, katsubushi, dried yellowfin tuna, seasonings, hot water. Uh, Ultimate mochi white sauce, boiled soy milk, diced kiri mochi, Japanese rice, seasonings, salt, black pepper, quattro formaggi, mozzarella, parmigiano reggiano, gorgonzola, risotto. And all through this, stuff when they're working in teams, they tend to like, you know, pass some, while others are working on some things, you know, others are like, I was like, oh, I'm using this particular thing, but I can dice up a little extra so I can pass it out to my teammate who will utilize this a lot more than I would. So I already got something to prepare, so he can just pass along, so he can just like throw it in there. So they working in tandem with each other. So it's like perfect symmetry. Hello, Messier, if I'm pronouncing that right. So it's all perfect symmetry. So of course Soma beat Saito with overwhelming victory. So now, we on to the fourth bout with Erina versus Momo, Ishiki versus Ishii, and Takumi versus Rindo. So the theme for the first battle is Moscovo Sugar. Was somehow I thought it was like, okay, this is kind of, I don't know, it's not a setup, but it seems very coincidental that Momo ends up getting stuff that is perfectly suited for her, skills as a dessert cook, baker. I was like, of course, sugar, of course, apples. It's like, both of which is essential to desserts. What will she do if she gets like celery? Which, how many desserts utilizes celery? And of course, Ishii versus Ishiki is Wild Rabbit and Spear Squid for the last Food War battle. Okay, so Erina prepares the soufflé Laguerre de Grace by combining the fluffiness of a souffle with red bean paste center of the dorayaki. She was able to create magnificent that even made Momo admit it to be cute. Also, Erina named this dish after Megami as she took inspiration from Megami's dorayaki. So the souffle pancakes, the recipe: souffle pancakes, flour, egg yolks, leaving agent, filtered Greek yogurt, meringue, egg whites, sugar, Muscovado red bean paste sanctuary, which is Muscovado sugar, which is the theme, Takachi red bean paste, red beans, garnish, edible flowers, whipped cream, dollop of butter, maple syrup, black sesame toulet, muscovado sugar again, black sesame paste, black sesame seeds. And Momo prepared uh oh she prepared the oh crap, I butchered that. It was the Japanese roll cake castle that she prepared against her fight against Erina. I I confused it. What Momo prepared against Megami is roll was a apple Queen's apple tart. So let me cover that really quick. Sorry. But of course, Erina beats Momo, just so you know. But for the Queen's apple tart, a series of apple tarts shaped like actual roses and carried in a basket. Momo delivers the aroma of the damask rose from the rose syrup, creating a blissfully sweet dish that whoever eats it will transform into the denizens of the land of fairy tale dreams. In fact, the basket she carries her apple tarts is made of bread and completely edible as well. Uh, so the recipe is pastry basket bread dough, the tart crust, rose syrup, damask rose petals, water, apple slices, apple peel extract. So like I said, Erina won that one. Glad I caught myself. Otherwise, that would have been a faux pas. So now is uh, Ishiki versus Ishii. And we get a little backstory with Ishii. In I think I covered this in the last uh, in season 3 review when he was young, growing up with the other lady who's at the seat of the 10, Nene, and how she always had like kind of like a, you know, a bit of a grudge against Ishii because how he seemingly was able to excel at everything, but he tells her like, I was not gonna say hurting inside, but he feels like empty inside, where it's like, yeah, he excels at everything, but it's like he doesn't have the passion. But Nene gave him that passion when she saw how hard she works at excelling at stuff. That made him want to try even harder. So it's kind of like, she had a grudge for nothing, essentially. Anyway, what Ishii prepares is a Japanese wild rabbit soup, a traditional clear Japanese soup known as saimono, served in traditional lacquer bowls. In order to address the challenge of incorporating wild rabbit in the dish, similar to Soma's mincemeat katsu, the soup of soji, which is 7 parts rabbit, infused first dashi that contains kombu, water, and wild rabbit meat. The other 3 parts uses clam juice. Satoshi wraps the meat with matsu paste inside mochi to make it wonton for a tasty surprise. Once opened, the soup will change into a hearty miso soup, something unprecedented within conventional Japanese cuisine. The recipe includes soji, 7 parts rabbit infused first dashi, kombu, water, sauteed wild rabbit pieces, 3 parts clam juice, clams, wondang, boiled mochi, sweet rice flour, wheat flour, filling, white mitsu, slowly braised scallions, slowly braised wild rabbit meat, sukuchi, waizu peel, wanzuma, flour cut carrots, leafy vegetables. And And Ishii prepared a Lavray à la Royale. Uh, this dish comprises of 5 parts Lavray ensemble, right, rabbit blood and chocolate sauce, royale custard, chestnut confit, and a fig apple puree sauce. The Lavray ensemble is made from rabbit collar meat and ground rabbit hind leg meat and rolled into a cylinder and pan fried. And the rabbit blood of and chocolate sauce contains red wine, rabbit meat and bone fond, foie gras, chocolate, and wild rabbit blood. Beneath the chocolate sauce, there is the royale custard made of eggs, consomme, and porcine mushrooms, a chestnut confit, and a fig apple puree sauce. When all 5 parts of this dish are eaten together, it performs a perfect symphony of flavors, each one elevating the other. So the recipe is Lavray ensemble, wild rabbit, ground hind leg meat, collar meat, rabbit blood and chocolate sauce, red wine reduction, wild rabbit, blood, fawn, meat, bone, foie gras, chocolate, royale custard, eggs, consomme, porcini mushrooms, chestnut confit, fig apple puree sauce, figs and apples, garnish, black truffles. And of course, it was uh, 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 Ishii Tasuka who beats Ishiki. And finally, we got Ringdo versus Takami with Spear Squid as the theme. So he prepares calamari rapini. The dish utilizes the whole body of the spear squid that has been stuffed with various ingredients and then thickly cut, which can be considered to be a risky gamble since it increased the chances of breaking the skin. The dish is accompanied by a sauce made from the stuffing fond mixed with cream, which deepens the interplay of the sour and salty flavors on the tongue. The recipe: spear squid mantle, stuffing, breadcrumbs, cheese, eggs, tomatoes, spear squid innards, anchovies, olive oil, red chili pepper, garlic, white wine. The sauce: stuffing fond, cream, salt, pepper. Garnish: green leaves. And Ringdo, who I really love the character of Ringdo so much, uh, Spirit Squid Casa. This dish contains this dish consists of a fluffy squid hamburger that contains spear squid, egg whites, onions, lemon, mayonnaise, and soy sauce, which is lightly fried. For the mashed potatoes on the outside that act like pressed sushi, she used Irish cobbler potatoes that was dyed with IG Amarello. But for the layer underneath the hamburger, instead of using tuna, Ringdo used arapaima, which has the similar texture as chicken tenderloin. With Rindo's expertise of rare ingredients, she has tamed the flavors of the wild and turned them into a single dish, which ultimately allowed her to beat Takami in this bout. The recipe includes squid hamburger, spear squid, egg white, onion, lemon, mayonnaise, soy sauce. Arapaima, mashed potato, Irish cobbler potatoes, IG Amarello. garnish, soft boiled egg, cilantro, 2 gel sauces. So now we're at the final fifth bout between uh, Erina and Soma versus Rindo and Ishii. And at this point, there's been a change of the judges, at least one of them. So, uh, Erina's father decides to replace one of the judges, or at least him and one other judge, with 2 others. Because now it's like he's feeling the pressure. It's like, oh God, these guys are challenging my authority and they're on the cuffs of possibly winning. I better step in, and so I can judge myself. And of course, we learn here that because they're suspect that, oh, this guy ain't gonna be honest because he has a grudge against us. But uh Erina's father points out, like, no, like, I will judge fairly. And matter of fact, my skills, because every time you marry into the Akarni family, which I think is kind of dumb in my opinion, is that they all end up getting some kind of special skill that whenever they taste something of high quality, they end up, like, the grandfather somehow gets completely naked. But each one has like a particular power. But I always think, like, this should be only reserved for people of blood descent of the Nakari family. He married the daughter of the grandfather, so he should not gain any type of powers. Like, the grandfather and his 2 children, his son and the daughter, who the son we met and is the uncle of Erina, and Erina's mom, who we won't meet until the final season. Uh, they should be the only ones, along with their children, should be the only ones with a particular unique power that you know expresses itself whenever they consume something legit of quality. The in-laws, or like the people marrying into the family, shouldn't just by osmosis gain ability. I thought that was kind of dumb and whack. Personally, I don't think that is, they shouldn't be just allowed to have that kind of uh access to that power just by marrying into the family. It's kind of weird. Anyway, he expressed that when I take something high quality, I don't just my body just don't get naked. The power explodes to cause other people to get naked, showing something like, oh, this is legit quality. So I won't be able to lie. So I won't be able to get away with it if something is legit good. So you don't have to worry about me just fabricating anything. So now, uh, 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 now it's seemingly someone and Aaron now seemingly kind of bicker on who's, because now the one part of the theme here at this point at the final round is that one has to be the head chef and the other has to be an assistant. They're bickering on who should be like the one who served the main dish and who's served the appetizer. But ultimately, it was Erina who going to serve like the main dish, which is kind of funny when I see these two bicker. I don't know why. It's just so funny. Uh, it's almost to the same degree as Archer, bickering with Lana. It's just like that back and forth is so freaking funny and very well written. Uh, 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 Trying to find like the theme agreement that they'll be working on. Um, I guess I was double checking because like it's been like a couple of days since I finished up season 4, so I'm just trying to make sure that I uh, don't miss anything. So Soma's appetizer. Uh, um, is time fused brazen youngster style primeval meat. It's kind of like one of those cartoon, Flintstone type of thing, or not even Flintstone. It's just like you see that in like anime, like One Piece, where there's one giant bone, holding together this big lump of meat in the middle. And that's what it kind of looks like. And everybody was kind of laughing and thought this is ridiculous. This is supposed to be an appetizer, but it's just one lump of meat. But there's more to it than that. So, uh, uh, it's a fusion of abilities someone's best dishes, such as quail stuffed with risotto and eggs, braised youngster style, uses of vegetables to enhance the dish flavor, time fused maple curry noodles, ability to Latin flavors, uh, ability of latent flavors, which help uh, uh, with help of Arena's God tongue. He was even able to impress N.A. Courage, Decora, and even Izumi, which also this is like a fun bout as well because he knew he needs to elevate this dish, and it's Ken, and it's like he utilizes his teammates so effectively. That's like, because Anakari talking about like, oh, how he's gonna use Erina to really elevate the world of cuisine and everything like that, and that gave like some of the idea. Okay, but before that, I'm gonna use her. I'm gonna use her God tongue for this match since I got her right now. So he keeps passing after he mixes some bowls and put in some tests and stuff like. Erna, can you taste this? What is how's this taste? It's like it needs a little bit more salt, or this is fine, but whip it up a little bit more. And it's like he utilizing Erna's skills while he's got her, and like make sure each part of his recipe of every level, down for the finest detail, is of quality according to the God tongue I have as my freaking partner. So even something as small as an appetizer will be elevated to a high degree. So you cannot say it's crap at any on any level. So I thought that was brilliantly done on someone's part. Talking about like thinking on your feet right there. So the recipe includes beef slices, bacon slices, marinade, yakiniku sauce, garlic, ginger, soy sauce, mirin, honey, grated onion, orange juice, concentrated super rich consomme gelatin sauce, uh, pate, minced chicken, liver, breast, fresh cream, minced green beans, minced carrots, minced sameji mushrooms. The garnish: asparagus, lettuce, beef bone, carrots. And this ends up beating out of course, uh, uh, crap. What's the name? Uh, Crap. Rindo and her little appetizer, which was mushroom male fouille stuffed with deluxes. By using formic acid, which was extracted from ants, Rindu was able to uh, astringate the rich and mellow sweet flavors of mele fure from the confit of shiitake mushrooms to the deluxes, which is made of button mushrooms, shallot, garlic butter stock, crushed chestnuts, and formic acid. It is garnished with a dark colored sauce and sliced black truffles. And when combined with Ishi Tsukasa's white armor plate sauce Chevrel, it can take the consumer to the gourmet Eden. And she wasn't no slouch either. She utilizes, some out of the box ingredients because he's very traveled. And and I'm saying like because other countries have like insects as a type of delicacy, so it's not too far fetched to utilize ants in a particular dish. I'm not sure I will be forthcoming of trying it, but just to extract uh, uh, a particular uh, thing from an ant, of formic acid from an ant is just ingenious of itself. Just to think outside the box like that is crazy, and it's the reason why she even got a C of the 10 as well, from that level of thinking. Uh, so Ishi, his main dish, uh, white armor plate sauce chevrolet. Uh, by using the salt crusting method, Ishii was able to concentrate the delicate flavors, juices, and blood of the Vinshan to its most delicious form. The dish is also beautiful that made Annie hesitate to eat it. With the consumer, with the consumer eats this, when the consumer eats this dish, the flavor echoes across the mouth and nose, resulting in the deliciousness attacking every sensory organ in the human body. And when combined with Rindo's mushroom mole, it can take the consumer to the gourmet Eden. The recipe is Vijan roast, white armor salt crust, this is salt, egg whites, flour, garnishes, cloud ear mushroom, which is dried. And of course, Erina, what she prepared as her main dish uh, is La Plate Veritable Delinquent Daughter Style. I love that name, Delinquent Daughter Style. It is the dish that Erina Nakari made with the help of Soma to lead the rebels into beating Central and winning the seats of the Elite 10 Council. We'll get to that in a second. Uh, the dish is made up of all disgusting snacks like squid, peanut butter, but used to make delicious dish. She also used the furikake seasoning from season 1 that Soma used to get into Telsuke, which was so clever and just a good way to come full circle from how we all started. The recipe includes high grade free range chicken breast, skin, kraut, crust, bread, pie, finely minced squid tentacle, peanut butter, scrambled egg sauce, with scrambled eggs, fresh cream, salt, black pepper, turmeric, crushed senbei crackers, boiled rice, sesame oil, salt, spear squid. The bowl, transforming furikake in nikigori, slowly braised high grade free range chicken breasts. Uh, so blew everybody, all the judges, out of the water, which won, which allowed the rebels to win, allowing all their fellow students who was expelled to get reinstated, as well as Erina's father, stepping down. And of course, we get a little bit of why he did all this, because he looked up to Soma's dad, who, as I mentioned in the previous season's review, how like he became stagnant and lost the passion. But from the outside looking in, Nakari did not see it as like a problem. He saw like, oh, a goal to achieve, that he annihilated all these would-be contenders who weren't up to snuff in terms of high quality cooks like Soma's dad. So that's how he kind of and of course, Soma's dad and what's his name, the muscular dude. Uh, uh, Jin Dojima and Joricho Saiba both admitted that they probably had some responsibility here, where they did not bother to check up on their friend like they probably should, which would have probably avoided his dark path where he mistreated Erina and tried to usurp his father-in-law and trying to take over Toski and everything like that, and probably should have like been there for him as a friend, and they kind of neglected that kind of thing. And so thanks to this, with Erina stepping up to her father, you kind of learned something here, where it's like, it's because of people like Soma and Jorichiro and people like them, where they were able to elevate their cuisines not by a very rigid, structured, rule kind of one way, is by learning from all different types of people and experimenting. They take cooking to better heights, because otherwise you become stagnant if you keep making the exact same thing in one particular way. And so now there's been the grandfather decides he needs to retire, so there needs to be another head of Tosuke. So Erina has been put in that place to take over, while Soma finally earns the spot as the number one seat of the council. So now the current council members are, Ishiki, Soma, Koga. Well, Soma has the first seat. Ishiki has the second seat. Koga has the third seat. Akira has the fourth seat. Ryu has the fifth seat. Alice has the sixth seat. Takumi has the seventh seat. Aizen has the eighth seat. Nene has the ninth seat. And Megumi has the 10th seat. While the other previous members, like Momo, decides to go off to make her own bakery shop. Ishii and Ryu decides to go travel, learning other crafts and learning about other ingredients and get out of the confines of the school and paperwork and all that other stuff, which Ishii doesn't care for. Uh, uh, and the others go out to like run their own particular shops. So all seems well, and all the food wars are reinstated, and this around as the number one seed, someone says like, you don't have to bet anything if you want to challenge me to food war. I'm game. There's no like you don't have to put up nothing. If you want to challenge me to food war, challenge me to your heart's content. I'm here for it. So there are a new set of rules, new class coming in, and then the season ends with this mysterious dude showing up in Erina's office uh, about this mysterious young man. And that's where it ends. So we got one more season to go through, but man, this is one hell of a season. Season 4 was one hell of a season. Food Wars is an amazing anime, I tell you. But whenever I get around to finishing season 5, I will start the video and let you know my thoughts on it. But man, it's just like each season just get better and better. It's like I have my problems here and there, but they're few and far in between. But let me know your thoughts on Food Wars of season 4 in particular, and how you view each combatant and their particular dishes that they prepared. And which one was your favorite? Because personally, I think Momo's little cake castle thing really impressed me of all of them personally. Because that took a greater feat than any one of them have done, honestly. Because doing something of that scale was very impressive. But Saito's little salmon dish is probably like my second favorite one that I saw. But like then someone's little, even though it's an appetizer, something about it is just the simplisticness of that just big lump of meat on that bone seems kind of dope. But anyway, I will see you guys in a few minutes. I have a trailer to react to. But after that, end the streaming for today, and I'll be back tomorrow for more content. But if I don't see you then, but I'll hopefully see you soon. But follow me in the links in the description below, like my Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube channel, so you can catch me whenever I'm live streaming, whether reviews or just playing some games. So anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Have a great weekend. Peace.